So today we have a JLT2 team update, and it should be good. Made a lot of changes and kind of reverted back to the way I played last year, which worked, which was I don't care about the defense. Go and spend as little as possible. And I'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, if you haven't joined the Discord channel and you want to talk to people that play Supercoach, or you want to post your team or review other people's teams, feel free to join. And if you haven't subscribed, then you should, like 100%. So yeah, we'll have lots of stuff coming up during the season. Anyway, so we have Shannon Hearn, and I like Shannon Hearn. I think the kick-in rules do suit him. He seems to be one of the guys that have really benefited from them because he can kick long and he can kick short like quite accurately, unlike a lot of players. So I like Hearn. He's reliable, plays every game, and you can probably get him a little bit cheaper later on, but I think he's just a solid pick. And I haven't picked Whitfield because there was an article saying he's going to play a bit half forward. It's probably nothing, but I'm happy to wait on Whitfield. So we'll leave that at that. And then D2, I have Brody Smith. Doesn't look good, but I really need the defender rookies to play well. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. But I'm happy to bleed a little bit of points here and there. If it means doing a lot better in other lines. So that's that. But the main reason for going cheap in defence is you look at guys like Laird, Lloyd, Sicily, Simpson, Whitfield, maybe throw Crisp in there as well. Maybe not Crisp for this example, but these guys are very expensive. I think they're all going to drop to 500,000. They were all around that price at some point last year. So the logic is wait for them to drop and then trade them in. Whichever one drops first, we get them in first and then see how we go from there. So that's why I don't care about the defense. I'm not willing to pay overs in defense. I don't have Led anymore. I think he's still the main man for the Crows. I think he might share a little bit of points with Millero, but I don't think it'll be much of an issue. But still, I prefer to get Led cheaper. So yeah, that's that. So that's the defense. I have Darcy Moore as well. His DPP is just, it's too good to pass up, I think. And yeah, played really well. A few intercept marks. I think Jeremy Howe might affect his scoring when he starts playing full games. But nevertheless, I think I'm not expecting much from Darcy Moore, but he's just really nice to have. So that's that. Now the midfield. Jack Macrae, I'm a little bit worried about Macrae for one reason only. The Dogs look really bad this year. Like, really, really bad. And they just haven't adapted to structures, and it is a JLT, so they might come good, I don't know, but they haven't really adapted to the new rules very well, it seems. I don't think their players suit the new rules. I think they need to clone Aaron Norton. They need him up forward and down back. But yeah, that's another story, but Macrae was okay on the weekend in second gear, so love Macrae. First few rounds plays Carlton and Gold Coast. Don't want to miss those games, so expecting big things from him. Also have Patrick Cripps. He's just a monster. Too many contested possessions, not much to say on him. Even though he's going to play forward, he's going to kick more goals, so I don't think he'll spend that much time up forward, but he's pretty much a lock for everyone, I think. Now we have Matt Crouch, 160 or 158 in JLT2. He's a lock. If I were to do a must-haves video again, I would put Matt Crouch as one of them. He's just ultra consistent and he has a decent ceiling, I think. I think he can go 115 plus this year, but the new rules seem to suit. I think Adam Treloar was interviewed after his JLT2 game and was saying a lot of midfielders that accumulate a lot, they're able to accumulate more now with the new rules. He said like Tom Mitchell now can get 70 possessions. He's exaggerating, but he made his point that the accumulators can get more possessions now. Matt Crouch is that guy, so that's why we have Matt Crouch. Next we have Sloan. I like Sloan. In the first game he got 20 touches in the first half in 42 degrees. Pretty impressed by that. I don't think many people have jumped on Sloan. There's still the issue with the tagging, but 2017, I think he scored 9 scores above 130. Maybe it was 8 or 9. And he's had a full preseason. I have enormous faith in Sloan, and yeah, I really like him as a pick. If you don't want to pick him, that's fine, but yeah, it hasn't really caught on the pick very much. He's still around 7-8% ownership, but I really love him. I think he can be top 10 midfielder in my opinion, but we'll wait and see what happens. Next guy is Jack Steele. Now you look at the team and you're thinking, okay, you've got Sloan, Steele, and we'll get to Rockcliffe. So these guys probably going to get outperformed by Oliver, Cornelio, Neil, Fife, and a whole bunch of other guys. But I think his value is very good, and I have done my research on him. He significantly increased his tank over summer. I think he finished his 3K time trial a lot earlier than last year. He's dropped a little bit of weight, and he's not tagging anymore. He hasn't practiced tagging once in the preseason. And he was probably the best player at St Kilda in the 2 JLT games. And he finished last year very strong. All signs point to Steele averaging, 105 to early 110s. Now 105 wouldn't be the best result. I think he can go more than that though. And for his price, you take that. So I would hope for 110 from Jack Steele, and I think he's capable. But we'll wait and see what happens. But I kind of like Jack Steele. His price just suits my structure. And next we have Tom Rockcliffe. This isn't good. I mean, this is a hard one to pick because I think the M6 slot, a lot of people have Sam Walsh, and then they're playing Butters and Constable on field. I don't think Butters is going to score that well. And I think Rockcliffe plays Carlton in round 2. We saw Collingwood's midfield get 1 million points versus Carlton's midfield in JLT2. So I'm just thinking maybe Rockcliffe can get 150 or something against Carlton, and then you take that price rise and just go from there. Maybe he's a bust pick, I don't know. He's probably going to get injured. My money would be on he does get injured, but for his price, I think I'm willing to take that risk. He looked like his old self in the JLT2 game. JLT1, I don't think he cared. It was 42 degrees and he played barely half a game. So I like the look of Rockcliffe for now. It fits the structure, but he's one guy we'll wait and see on. But yeah, I think there's a lot of points up for grabs in the M6 slot, M6 and M7. So that's one of the reasons why I have Tom Rockcliffe. But I am nervous on him, don't get me wrong. Next we have Grundy and Gawn. This is giving me a headache. I'm not sure what to do here, but I think I don't want to stuff around with the rucks. I don't want to trade Goldstein to Gawn or Grundy afterwards, now that Bruce is gone. I am a little bit concerned about Grundy slightly. I probably shouldn't be, but he wasn't kicking the ball at all. I think he had 6 kicks in 2 games, which is well below his average, because he had that toe injury. But he looked like he was just cruising in the JLT, so I'm not sure on Grundy. He's probably fine, but yeah, I don't want to risk not having them, and yeah, I don't want to deal with trading someone up to them after. They're probably going to be the 1 and 2 rucks, so that's that. Anyway, up forward we have Dangerfield, Heaney. I'm not going to worry about them, talking about them. Travis Boak. So this used to be Walters, and I still don't mind Walters as a starting pick for this year because of how soft Fremantle's first 4 rounds are. But I don't want to run both Rockcliffe and Walters, so that's that. And yeah, Travis Boak is playing midfield this year. He's switched with, so Ebert's gone forward, and Boak's gone back into the midfield. I think Port think that they have Brett Ebert, not Brad Ebert, because I was watching Ebert play. I don't think he's a forward at all, but they've just put him there. It's sort of like the retirement village going deep forward when you're 30. They just send him there. So hopefully he doesn't come back in the midfield. I think Boak should play midfield. He's probably a better midfielder. and he looks really fit and moving a bit better than previous years. So we have Boak there. I don't mind it. I'm not expecting big things from him, but he's probably the most durable player in the AFL, along with Jack Riewoldt and Cade Simpson. So that's why I have Boak. Yeah, I'm not sure who else to pick, so that's another reason why I have Boak. Now my final premium, or mid-pricer, is Jack Higgins. He wears big baller brand clothing like me, so I like that. I think he can average around 90. Now that's not great, but at the same time, the thing is I don't know who else to pick, and it fits the structure. But he scored pretty well in the JLT 1 and 2 games, and he was pretty good in the back half of last year. I think he averaged 82 in the back half of last year, and that was his first year. That's pretty good for a first year player. And yeah, he just loves footy as well. So even though he's a second year player, he invested more in footy in his high school years, or when he was before he was 18. He pretty much quit school to do footy. So maybe I'm thinking his development will be ahead of the other guys from his draft year. So yeah, fast track development I'm thinking from Jack Higgins. So yeah, and every time he goes forward, he just has an impact on every game, basically. So I think he can kick enough goals forward with a few stints in the midfield to get a 90 average, I hope. One thing I'll say with Higgins, or this situation for me, is I might trade Higgins to Zach Williams, move Darcy Moore to the forward line. So Zach Williams plays a trial game on Saturday, and if he passes that and plays really well, I'll probably go with Zach Williams over Higgins. So yeah, anyway, I've been rambling on for way too long. Thanks for watching, and yeah, plenty to come. Do a final team probably in about a week or so, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.
Looking in the mirror, it's a voice that speaks to me so clearly when I hear it. When it took the wrong direction, searching for some healing, I admit it, like she had to put her with my ways, as if it was a privilege if I stayed. I love her.